Hello dear friends, today we're going to cover a very interesting topic which many of you ask a lot of questions about. Today it's a summer, end of July day, very nice weather. We're not far from our Warsaw office in Wilanów area of Polish capital. So we get a lot of questions about embassy interview stage and the documentations involved and the strategies towards getting the work visa. So we're going to dive into it and cover all the topics one by one. Again, you need to remember that sometimes consulates allows for interview. It's one type of preparation, and the second type when you just put together all your documents and apply through VFS. But we're going to mostly cover the first one, which is more complicated. Okay, let's start. First of all, let me give you some general tips of how to go through interview for the work visa. First of all, we would recommend you to go online and find the website of the Polish consulate in your area, in your country, or the country that is the closest to you, and go through the requirements of the necessary documents. Now, if you are in your own country, then it is easy, you can apply. But if you are a foreigner, in some cases you can apply only if you have permanent residence in your country, but sometimes the temporary residence will be enough. Next, it is important to prepare all the documentation in advance, because the appointment might come very fast and you won't have time to prepare all the documents. When you're going there, I would strongly recommend you to study all the documents that you have, your application form, the employer documents. I will talk about that in more detail later. Then, when it comes down to the interview itself, you gotta remember that you're going to create an impression. The impression on the consular that you will create is vital in his decision making or in awarding you the visa. So we would strongly recommend you to be on time. This is very, very important. Also, the dress code is very important. It doesn't have to be the businessman's jacket, but it's got to be nice and non-sport clothes, clean ones, obviously. So we would also recommend you to practice your answers with your friend or your family member, and try the answers multiple times, so when you come to the interview you're calm and relaxed. It comes easy and naturally. So these were the general tips that you will need for sure. It is very important to study and know the main details of all the invitation documents that you have, all the documents that are provided by the employer. This is the first set. The inviting party sends you the job offer letter, the embassy request letter from the employer, the preliminary labor contract, the accommodation letter or some kind of mentioning of your future living address in Poland, and finally the official documentation, the Voivoda work visa invitation, which we call the work permit. This is the main document that is the basis of all your application. And the second set of documents is the ones that you're going to prepare from yourself. It includes the recommended return air ticket. It includes the document confirming your qualifications related to the job that you're going to perform in Poland. It includes the document shows your family ties in your country back home. We would also recommend you, even though it's not required, we would recommend you to have a bank statement with some 3,000 to 4,000 euro on it, to show that you will be able to cover your initial accommodation expenses, your food, and some unexpected living expenses. Another important stage in your preparation process is knowing the key pieces of information in your work permit invitation. So you either need to translate it via Google, but the best way would be for you to talk to your dedicated account manager from our team, and they will help you to understand and then those details, and then you need to learn them. And even if someone wakes you up in the morning, you gotta be able to tell those by heart. So first of all, the name of your future job title, also the salary that you're gonna earn per hour in zloty and per month in euro approximately. You gotta be able to tell what is the name of the employer, what is the duration, when is the start date and the end date of your employment in Poland according to that job work visa invitation. And the final one is the location of your work and accommodation during the period of your employment in Poland. There are cases when your visa application can be rejected by the consular, so you don't have to get upset, because there is a procedure of reconsideration of your application set by the Polish authorities. You gotta set an appointment within 13 days from the moment you picked up your negative decision. After that, you need to write a letter when you will ask them to reconsider. You need to mention the reasons why your application shall be reconsidered. You also need to contact one of our managers, and we will ask the employer to prepare the appeal letter from our side. You need to analyze the possible mistakes that you did during your first attempt and try to do way better the second time and receive your visa. We discuss all these things for you to understand the main strategy with your application. The main thing is to make consular believe that your goal is not to become an illegal immigrant in Europe and just to go there and start to be a worker. And then when your period of employment is over, you're planning to come back and start living in your country again. So we wish you, this is all. We wish you good luck in your work immigration journey.